Oh my goodness, have you seen the new shipwreck? He is a great figure. You will love him, brother. Only thing they gave us was 10 roadblocks. I think something fucked up.
SCU. You are now listening to Shattered Cast Uncut. Prepare to be shattered with your hosts, Matt Baldwin, Skullface, Greg for Mercy, Oscar NJ Boy, T2RX6, Mega 81. Welcome to Shattered Cast.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Shattered Cast Uncut episode 14. And you know what that means? We're 14 episodes old. That means we get to lose our virginity to the cougar down the street. I'm your host, Oscar Alonso, coming to you live from my bedroom. And as always, joining me is my illustrious panel of fellow nerds of the Transformers geek fandom, the one, the only, everyone's favorite little critical reviewer, and he's of course one of the founding members of Mr. Skullface.
Cheers, fuck faces.
And coming up right behind him, holding a broken bottle in one hand and a homemade shiv out of a toothbrush in the other, is everyone's favorite internet troll. The guy who doesn't scale like that is my good friend, and you know he's yours, Mr. Greg for Mercy.
What's up, you pipe-hitting bitches?
That's right. Pass that shit. Pass that shit. And coming up after that, I'm changing the order of introduction tonight, guys. Is everyone's favorite adulterer, the man who moves in the shadows, and I didn't mind when I saw his bare black ass crawling out of my mom's window, Mr. Antoine Mega 81 Lewis.
Yo, what up, man?
Holy shit.
He laughs because he knows it's true.
And the guy that was waiting in the car for him to get up in it is everyone's favorite Hasbro fanboy. The one, the only, Deluxe.
Hey, everybody.
And of course, the following gentleman. It shames me greatly to introduce him. The recent actions have brought unwanted controversy and attention to this podcast on such magnanimous...
You've checked all the mics for bugs, right? You've checked all the mics
I did.
for bugs.
We're secure. We are secure.
Right.
I repeat, we're secure.
Right.
Copy that.
Good.
24. Got him on the mic. And then he has been known for committing such atrocious acts against the fandom. He's literally become an international criminal. A man that Interpol looks at and goes, but I cannot look at this piece of garbage. He endorses knockoff purchases. And hell, he even screwed a guy over on, that auction site. He's everyone's favorite lowlife. A guy who has a tattoo that says Mom on his arm, and underneath it says, shot her with my shotgun. Mr. T2RX6, Justin.
What is going on?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's me.
I heard a rumor that Justin is the only man alive that was able to commit treason against a country that he does not even hold citizenship in.
I was amazed at that myself.
Apparently you committed treason against a country that doesn't even have its own military.
The big shocker to all of the Shattered Cast is that Justin is the one giving us our street cred.
Not with the way he's being called a traitor to the fandom, you'd think he snuck up on a guy and just shivved him a few times with, a fucking knife made out of bar of soap or something like that. My fucking God, Justin, you win.
I gotta say to anybody who's watched my video and has decided to jump in and be my proverbial Greg shanking this particular gentleman on his statements, I appreciate it. So
for all the
still a fact.
For everyone listening that's not in the know, we're gonna get to this at the discussion topic. So this is how we drag you into the whole show. It's all a big marketing scheme.
Exactly.
I want to get a little pregame shout out just real quick because this is about as far as anyone usually gets in our show to begin with. And I feel like a dick because your business card is in Kit's wallet, and I do not obviously have that in front of me. But I met a gentleman.
That's sketchy right there.
I know.
I met a gentleman. Well, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'm still trying to save face here.
I had a guy in an alley who had me secrete this liquid by sucking on this hose he had.
I met this gentleman at the toy show yesterday, or Sunday, excuse me. and he offered me. He was a dealer
Which toy
of toys, and he offered me a business card. And I said, "Well, you know what? I'll take your business card. Let me give you one." And I gave him one of our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Shattercast business cards, courtesy of Vista Print and Mr. Skullface.
Yes.
And he looked at it and he said, "I know you guys." And I was like, "What?"
What?
And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "My friends were like telling me I need to listen to you and try to get on your podcast." And you know what he did? He quoted something. He didn't quote our Gary Chalk interview. He didn't talk about our riveting views on the Kronos figure. He didn't talk about any Transformers related shit. He quoted a 10-minute long joke that Oscar made about taking a shit in a sauna. So to you, Mr. Man with the mohawk and the fucking red contacts, what's up, motherfucker?
So I'm actually surprised that one of my rants actually made it through the years and embedded itself in the memory of a fucking Naruto fan. But that's cool. Look,
So now that guy knows us. Oscar's fiance, girlfriend,
Obviously,
my kids, Greg's pets,
my dogs,
Oscar. Justin's mom, and Antoine's ladies of the night.
Well,
and my mom too, thanks to Antoine, you fucker.
I've also got a friend I want to shout out to. It's my friend Jason. He goes by Slick McFavorite, and his wife is Mrs. McFavorite on the Open Your Toys podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure. I listened to that just recently to hear the love.
Yeah, they've just recently come back to podcasting, and it was good. It's good to have them back. So
I tell you what, man,
that guy's
lucky. His wife is like balls deep into all the nerd shit, so to speak.
Yeah,
and,
she's pretty awesome. So.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky.
And he also designed my YouTube logo and stuff, so even more props there for that. So
you know why?
He sounds pretty hot for a nerd.
Do you know why they went back to podcasting, Justin? Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because we are the #1 Transformers podcast on the fucking internet. Hey. If it came to giving us any goddamn labels, basically we would be the Freddie Mercury of podcast, bitch. We fucking showboat, fucking back the shit up, and on occasion, Deluxe will suck a dick. So,
hey.
Can I get one more pregame shout out? One more. I just thought about it.
All right, go ahead.
This is a preemptive shout out. It'll be quick. I met a fellow in a new Facebook group I was added to for the Midwest, and we've heard this name before. It's the Transformers for Your Listening Pleasure podcast. I have not listened to you yet, but you promised you'd listen to my show, and I said I'd listen to yours. So if you actually fucking came through on it, what's up, man? I look forward to checking you out tomorrow on my way to work.
If not, you're a pussy, and you're gonna grow up.
It's like kids experimenting with their sexuality. It's like I'll listen to yours if you.
This is why we are the Freddie Mercury of the fucking. I'm backing
and
up.
I'm a huge Queen fan too, so I'm all right with that.
Fuck yeah, that's why we're in love, Greg. That's why we're in love.
You know, when Kit, well, I don't know, never mind. Yeah, I'm a huge Queen fan. So Kit's little brother is actually named after Freddie Mercury.
See, it's like greatness just parallels in this group of ours so amazingly. It's amazing. I have no other word.
It's just fucking amazing.
It's just fucking amazing.
Motor Patrol.
How would you describe something that was the opposite of amazing?
I would call it
called the
Exosuit
Tecrom
that goes on
Designs
Jazz.
Exosuits. Jazz. Where some people have stated interest in this horrific train wreck of an addition to an already failed figure.
Hey, can I say something?
Yes.
Sure.
It's better than the Impossible Toys one.
I would debate that.
That's up to debate.
What? Really?
Yeah, because at least the Impossible Toys one looks like an exosuit.
I know.
Okay, true. Okay.
This is just lazy. This is pure lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they took a jazz body.
I don't think it's lazy. I think it's neat.
No, it's
I think
lazy.
it's creative. I think.
Yeah, I think it's creative. I think it's like this is some Shapeways shit. This isn't like a proper
lazy.
You know what
Well,
this actually looks like more
so.
to me than the exosuit, at least when it's in quote unquote robot mode. Does anyone remember that like white robot from G.I. Joe? That
with the
like the
It was
power
black.
suit or something. I can't remember.
Wasn't it a spacesuit or something? Or
No, it was Deep Six.
No. It was some robot thing.
The closest thing to that I know is a Deep Six or that astronaut guy who had the shuttle.
Well, this actually does kind of look like Deep Six now that you mention it.
Yep. And I'm sorry and no disrespect to the guys that bust their ass engineering these amazing things on fucking Shapeways, but the fact of the matter is, I look at it and you have a helmet, and underneath the helmet's the head of the characters are supposed to be, and they're gonna come out like shit.
Yeah, there's this comment that I love where this guy says, "At first, I thought this was a take on the exosuit from Transformers." And like, I don't think he's being a smartass. Like, I think he's actually like being sincere.
I will say, at least this is something creative. I think I said in our chat that we maintain from day to day that at least it's not another Predaking. I think they very easily could have tried to be like, oh, it's a stepper head for your full Cybertron Jazz, or some of that nonsense. So I mean, I give them points for trying to do something different.
Yeah, it's trying to do something. It's certainly not for me.
Fail.
It's the perfect thing to go on Shapeways because it's made to order type thing, and if you like it, you like it. If not, then cool.
So is it like parts forming the way it hangs off the back of the vehicle mode?
It looks like that. At least the dome part, because they're sounding like there's like a head underneath or something in the kit from what I saw earlier. But they were just like cartoon pictures they showed.
Is this a Shapeways kit? Because I just looked at the pictures real quick. Is this a Shapeways kit?
Yeah.
Or is it made by a Shapeways designer? How are they going to do that clear piece, though? That's what I'm wondering about, the dome part.
There's not a clear... It's just basic... you won't see the head when the dome piece is down. It's going to be gray.
Yep.
Oh.
Definitely got to be gray. Definitely got to be gray.
Definitely going to be gray. Got to be gray.
Got to be gray.
The models shown were printed in the full-color sandstone material now available on Shapeways, in addition to a few others like frosted ultra detail, blah, 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 blah. Please be sure to read my brief disclaimer about the color material before ordering. Still able to transform with the head attached, be it a tight fit. The dome can pivot up and down in bot mode, allowing you to conceal or reveal the human heads. The dome can also store in vehicle mode, but has to be removed during transformation. It's a fun kit that gives the illusion of a G.I. Joe scale figure. Yeah, no. And a transformable exosuit. Definitely adding to the playability of an already cool toy. Well, that's debatable. Questions and comments are always welcome. Feel free to share the picture. Thanks.
I can see what he's saying, that it gives the illusion of a G.I. Joe sized toy in an exosuit. I can see that.
I dig that.
Yeah.
I'm good here.
Are we done?
Yeah, me too.
Well, hold on. While we're talking about Shapeways, if you're listening, designer, there was a guy that made these Rodimus stars for More Than Meets the Eye, and it was about $10 to cast one in like whatever bronze material they had. And I went to go order one to put with my hoist the other day, and the design has been pulled. So if you're listening, please get in touch with me through YouTube so I can buy one of those beautiful, beautiful Rodimus stars for my hoist. All right, so anyway.
And speaking about things that I guess will be a star for somebody, but I'm looking at it and I've already lost interest. It's the Moonraker Micromaster Countdown.
Dude, I'm getting this. I'm getting this. I don't care.
I'm getting it.
I don't quite understand it.
I don't either.
Oh, I'm not sure I understand it, but I'm getting it. Because it's... Who else is going to do Micromasters?
Well, see, that's the thing. And I say, like, you know, we need to make more G1 because G1 is what sells and all this stuff. But on the same hand, I'm like, not quite what I meant. You know, like,
there's so much stuff out there that could be made.
What about the monster bots and stuff like that first?
But we also bitch about third-party companies all making the same shit. So nobody else is making Micromasters. This guy was listening to our show. He was like,
innovative.
I know.
I give him that, but it's just...
We just said last week.
Yeah. We can't be hypocrites now because we know at least people are listening.
This does attach. I think it attaches to either like Metroplex or Fort Max or something.
That's that little bit at the bottom.
Yeah, that gun thing is supposed to peg onto something.
It's gonna
another third party Predaking's foot.
I know, right? I like it.
He's gonna be out. Hello.
But if this is like $30 or $20 to $30, somewhere in there, you know, it's just a little fella, I'll pick him up.
It won't.
You're going to talk about $45 probably.
You think? 40 tops.
I love that about the Techno Toon Titans, but
Yeah,
I'm buying them now.
He's scout size, so he's probably going to be like 40. 45.
Okay, might be 40, but
He'll be between 40 and 50 at least.
Yeah,
because that's how they all do. And this guy's not like he's getting sponsored by a fucking third party company. Unless it's just him reported the news, but he's a fourth company from a new third party company. So yeah, it's probably gonna be like $40-$45, and it's scout 40, sized.
If it's 40, I'm in.
You know, if you were happy with your trash talk and your swerving gears from Maki Toys, I think this will be up your alley. Mine's are on their way, but
they're awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome.
To it.
Well, okay, hold on. I just pulled them up. I just looked them up in my book.
I did too. I
looked them up in my book. Now, is this going to have the rocket base and the whole 9 yards? Can you hear me all right? Does this sound all right?
Yeah. You're fine.
Cool. Buddy. All right. Fuck yeah. I don't have to hold the phone up. Is it going to have the rocket base and the little arm and shit? Because that actually might be pretty fucking cool.
It looks like a lunar rover in vehicle mode with a gun.
Yeah.
That's just about it.
With, you know what's funny, Bobby? You're looking at this picture I am. Look at the wheels at the very top of the page. Doesn't that look like the Fall of Cybertron Jazz wheels?
Yeah.
You see that?
That's not a good comparison.
Well, that's on the G1.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm changing my mind now. This might be pretty awesome. Well, because what's his fucking name? Hothead, I think was his name. He was the fire station. That was Hot House. That was the only.
No, Hosehead was the
headmaster.
He was the mini headmaster.
Oh, Hosehead.
He's the headmaster junior, I believe.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah,
Hot
Greg's
House
talking
was
about
the base,
Hot House.
and it came with a plane that looked like Power Dive.
Oh.
Hot House was Power Dive, was the plane rather, and then the base was a fire station that turned into like a thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's fire station.
Yeah, the next page. The next page. You know what I'm talking about. My grandmother gave me that because she didn't know what else to buy me when I was a kid. I'm sure she got it for like $3 at Kmart last minute Christmas Eve, and that was one of my favorite toys as a kid.
I don't know. I want to see some more pictures, and like you said, Bobby said, $30. Not bad.
50. Knowing what it is now, I'd
50
for it.
Yeah, 50 might be a bit more.
I don't know.
35,
for $50,
40,
you better get him
$40.
something to ride in besides that ugly Predaking foot.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll say, $30, $35. That'd be a good price for this, probably.
Or if they did like a set, like
some more Micromasters.
Yeah, like if you could get like 4 in a set for $100 or something like that, like I'd be all in.
Yeah.
Hey Bobby,
yeah.
flip to page 78.
I'm not in the same thing that you're in. I don't have the book. I'm looking at it online.
Oh, you're not looking at the book? Oh, never mind.
My book comes Thursday.
Oh, because I was going to say when we can get that third-party bludgeon that I heard about a couple months ago. Never mind. Sorry.
We're going to April-ish.
It's a book that TF Source offers like for free if you have enough source points.
Oh yeah, I had that book.
Really cool.
I just gave mine away to Goodwill.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh. Well, I've got the other one. There's another book that I've had.
Racist motherfucker.
Told all the same thing, so I didn't have a need for
criminal
masters and stuff.
The trans manual.
I was going to say that.
For me, it's actually pretty cool, and I'd like to actually get the first one just to have like a compendium of sorts.
Yeah, I do too. I'm interested in it, but yeah, I would get this, man. If it was priced right. If it's not priced right, I'll wait for it to be priced right at like some spring clearance sale through BBTS or TF Source.
It'll be there.
But you know what? You know what's raised my eyebrow? Just so we can move on, is MMC is officially making a VOS from the Decepticons Justice Division via the More Than Meets the Eye comic.
Great.
I need to say something.
Wait. Before you say that, did you just call it the Decepticon Justice Division? Because that's what I heard.
Japan, we have 3 main criminals. We have Hitler. And we have Rance Armstrong. He's so rich as one testicle. And now we have Ritu Rarex Rix. He's a counterfeit Optimus Prime. And a Butchereg Grimrock. Gundam fans everywhere offended. Very correctly. I win. I report you to the Kara Termi page of Facebook.
Hey, now Justin's hearing his stuff now. He's like hearing his name and everything now.
Mm-hmm.
He's paranoid, man, because they're closing in on you. I can just picture like a Tommy Lee Jones hanging outside of his like house. Mr. T2RX6, you want to step outside, please? I can't. I'm busy doing review. I want you guys to check every outhouse, toy store, Toys R Us, Walmart, Target, every specialty shop and comic book convention in this goddamn state. This son of a bitch ain't getting away from me this time.
Oh my god.
Oscar, you just won podcasting forever, just so you know.
Yeah, for sure.
You know why? Because we are the Freddie Mercury of podcasts. That's why.
I'm gonna have the coolest legacy later on in my life.
About this gun. It looks pretty.
Greg needs to make a statement.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
say something. Mr. Guy, whose name I didn't bother to look up before the show on TFW, who I'm sure has posted some sketchy news in the past. So my opinion of you still stands. No, I'm just kidding. I was not nerd enough to peek into the artist's sketchbook, apparently, and see that Voss had a sniper rifle mode. So I do apologize. But this is one of hold on. This is one of the rare occurrences. I'm happy to be wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get Tarn, and I'm going to get every other member of the DJD. While you people sit around TFW and post about it.
That as a fat.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'd never seen that picture, and Bobby brought it up after the show, and I'm sorry. You know how I am. I'm that motherfucker. Like 9 out of 10 times I'm right. Every once in a while I'm wrong. So I'm right. Admit it.
Be that as it may, I am immensely excited that they might be taking on the whole team. Immensely.
I am too.
Oh yeah.
Is the space going to come off? That's my question.
You know, I don't want to I don't know this dude's name, but for a while he was posting on the Radicon section of TFW how he was heavy scratch making his own Decepticons Justice Division. You know, so I remember looking at all these figures going, God, I wish I could just pull that shit off. And now I'm seeing MMC's going to bless us because you know it's going to be a sweet figure with their version of it. And I want to give this guy the figure and go, fuck you, I'm not jealous anymore because I have my own. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was like based off his designs. So
it's
it looks awesome.
They're gonna knock it out of the park. Like there's too much hype in the fandom behind this group of characters for them to not fucking do it right. With the amount of time they're taking on their Predacons, they're gonna do it right.
Hey, what size are these gonna be? Like Scout?
That's my question.
Yeah, we don't know.
Okay.
I'm guessing it has to be relatively small to actually make it of some kind of value for the sniper rifle mode.
It may be like Scout, maybe almost deluxe, because you could get a Voyager to fucking hold it, or
at
least one of the MMC friends.
Yeah, they could do it. Yeah, they could do it and make Feral Rex hold it. Mm-hmm. You know, like they could go that route.
Yeah. So I think it'd be
Rex
a deluxe-ish.
Just saying.
Yeah,
I haven't got my Leo Ducks. That's a fucking impressive figure. So I'm definitely on board for anything MMC has coming out.
Somebody commented in this thread and said Shockwave and Brainstorm were fake. They were teases for MMC's 6th night. MMC pays close attention to what fans are saying. They'd like, and people have wanted to see the DJD for a while. Given how much demand there is on IDW characters right now, it makes complete sense. So I guess that's another guy saying that they're fake. I hope not, man, because I really wanted them to make that Perceptor. But I guess I got to come to terms with that.
You could have my RTS Perceptor. but then again, I don't want to get kicked off this podcast. We'll continue.
Hey, do you have an RTS Perceptor for
sale?
Passing on?
No,
I need it. No, I need part of it. God damn it.
Anyway, this
I'll trade you my Perceptor for third party or MP only.
And this looks like
solid trade.
This is a CAD design, the sniper rifle mode.
Yep.
I would like to see a CAD design for robot mode, but I guess.
I mean, it's basically what we saw with Megatron.
Yeah, basically.
You're making skeptical Bobby voice. Don't do that.
No. I'm not being sad. I just want to see it out of my own personal excitement for them making this team of characters. I want more. I'm like Anakin when he learned of the powers of the dark side.
Yeah.
The prequels suck, dude. I don't know if you.
So what's?
I know.
God, you get that memo?
I did. That was another one that Laura apologized to me in the theater for.
So
I apologize to myself for getting on the bus and going to.
Antoine's got a question. Shut up, Greg.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask. So, how did the character Tarn come to be?
What?
How did the character Tarn come to be?
Yeah.
They just, as far as I know, they just shoehorned him in. They just acted like he's been around forever.
That's what's awesome about the Transformers universe. Sometimes it's a double-edged sword. You got a guy who comes out of fucking nowhere, like freaking DevCon or whatever his name is, in a G1 universe. Is I'm a bounty hunter with no alt mode, and then I don't know where he gets like this small cult following, and then you have More Than Meets the Eye, which is slowly becoming an amazing inspiration for third-party figure companies everywhere that just sat there, and the writer was like, you know what we need? We need a group of Decepticons that kill other Decepticons because they're basically pussies. And that's where the DJD comes into place. That's what they are. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're hardcore Megatron fanboys, and basically they find Decepticons that have betrayed the fucking cause, Megatron's cause, and they fucking punish them for it. So they just shoehorn them in there.
And when they shoehorned them, when they did throw them in, like they already had this like tremendous reputation, which is kind of what made them even more badass. It's like characters that you did know were like, oh fuck, not them.
Like the first victim.
So even before you see them, you're like, who the fuck are they?
And when we are introduced to them, they're fucking taking out not just any Decepticon, but a Phase Sixer. Sky Shadow, which is like, whoa.
Yeah. So basically,
I look at that.
The records.
They are.
Yeah.
I would say that.
I look at that saying, like, looking at Tarn, like, where did Cup come from in G1? Like, Cup with all these stories and experiences and...
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And second, Oscar, if you want to know about DevCon, you need to talk to RFC, because apparently there are some DevCon historians on that show. Yeah, but anyway,
they know their stuff, But I personally am far more interested in a Voss mastermind figure than I am a BotCon DevCon figure. Yeah, I think, Antoine, that you're right. I think that they were probably sitting around and they were like, look, we need a Decepticon answer to the records. Not that they serve the same function, but just in the team, like we need a team that are badass. And then probably somebody was like, let's just make our own and see if it works. And it fucking definitely did.
Yep. And as far as DevCon's concerned, like that is one of those characters from G1 that never really made that much of an impact for me. So.
Oh yeah, no, me neither. I hated that episode as a kid. Any episode that didn't deal with your typical run-of-the-mill Autobots versus Decepticons as a kid, I fucking couldn't stand.
No.
You didn't like Smokescreen's cheating wire?
No.
You blasphemer.
As a kid, man, as a kid, I was like, this is dumb. And it wasn't just them. It was anytime that G.I. Joe wouldn't fight Cobra, if they like fought somebody else, I'd be like, this is stupid. Or if like Venom wasn't in Mask.
Did anyone see the Community episode for this last week? The G.I. Joe episode?
I did not.
I didn't even leave a show out right now.
Oh my god, it's freaking awesome.
They have a new show out?
No, it's the Community on NBC, I think it is. And they have this awesome like animated episode of where like the main character is like basically dreaming because he got knocked unconscious or something, that he's in a G.I. Joe world.
Oh, I did hear about that.
The whole premise of the show is that he actually shoots and kills Destro. And they're like, for 25 years now, we have fired lasers back and forth without a single casualty.
Shipwreck was a chick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see something for that.
It was awesome. If you have either Comcast or Verizon, it's probably on demand, so check it out. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they used to kill me as a kid. Like, it'd be fucking ejection seats coming out of helicopters. That doesn't even make sense.
It was perfectly timed to go right between the blades.
I remember like hearing my dad like sit behind me as I would watch that show, and I hear my dad go, "Those have got to be the most poorly trained military forces ever. They have not killed one another. They have. I mean, no one's dying." He's like, "Son, no one's keeling over." I'm like, "Dad, it's a cartoon. I don't think they want to draw make someone die." He's like, my dad's like, "God, they're just firing blindly everywhere."
They didn't even kill the extras, man. That's what's bad. The extras still lived.
What if the whole premise was they were people that signed up for the military and like couldn't make it through basic, so they like came to him and they like came to him and were like, "Hey, we're gonna put you in this Black Ops." This Black Ops regiment called G.I. Joe, and we're going to give you these special, and then they make the quotation fingers, like the bunny ears, laser guns, and you're going to fight these other guys, but like the guns are all bullshit, and Cobra's just another team that they set up that was like another bullshit team, and then they just let them fuck with each other and shoot laser beams that don't hit each other just so they feel like they're doing something important.
Turns out to be like, boot camp dropouts or guys that kept failing the fucking ASVAB.
Yeah.
And they're just like, "Hey man, shit." Sergeant Slaughter's like, "God, these are the biggest group of idiots I've ever met."
It's like Gomer Pyle versus fucking the Klansman who washed his robes with a blue sock. And then this fucking snake man shows up and fucking starts taking over. And the society is ruled by bugs or some shit. I don't know.
I kind of like that as a side note. I kind of like that. I know a lot of people hated it, but I kind of like
Cobra
that.
Law?
It gave Cobra like this.
I love that shit. I loved it.
It gave Cobra like this. They went from like being terrorists to being like a cult. I kind of dug that as a kid.
It wasn't like the comics at all, but
it blew my mind hearing Burgess Meredith like voice Globulus, and he's like, "Be silent or be silent."
Be silenced. I say that to my fucking dog sometimes.
So we've gotten pretty off topic here. Can we move on to TFC?
I'm sure there are lots of podcasts that crack jokes about G.I. Joes and the intense hidden homosexuality between Duke and Flint.
We're off topic. I just wanted to say real quick, since they're creeping into the nerdom community, I went and saw Captain America over the weekend. And what's the Middle Eastern guy's name? I don't remember the names of Community. But he's in
the Abed guy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's in Captain America as a SHIELD agent.
Nice.
Of sorts. So shout out to Community.
Well, real quick, also, Oscar was talking about G.I. Joe podcast. I actually went to listen to one recently. I was like, I wonder if there's any G.I. Joe podcasts. So like I went searching on iTunes. I could only find one, and it was 3 South African guys. And like you think we got it bad? They're like bitching. They're like, this will never see an African release.
Meanwhile, every start of their podcast goes to, "How was your day?" "My day was good, but I went to go eat my regular spot, but then we can't separate anymore, so
Like
was one of the guys.
I saw in the thing it said Africa, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be so fucking sweet," because I imagined it was gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, have you seen the new shipwreck? He is a great figure. You will love him, brother. Listen, he comes from a place where the water is free."
I fucking cried. I just heard Lothar from Defenders of the Earth talk about fucking G.I. Joe.
But it turned out it was like more the Dave Matthews variety. I was pissed.
Oh my god! I'm crying. Hold on, tearing. I laughed so hard I'm crying. Oh my god, I'm such a bitch.
I think that might have been right up there with Oscar.
That's the intro.
They're not going to release it in Africa.
Can you believe that? They make a shipwreck figure and they are not going to release it here.
And in the background, I want to hear Bumblebee Tuna. Bumblebee Tuna. Your balls are showing.
All they gave us was 10. Only thing they gave us was 10 roadblocks. I think something fucked up.
We have reached a limit of offensiveness, and I'm so proud of this podcast.
Just wait until TFCon when we do the script reading.
The Wi-Fi in my hut is fucked up. Say that! I had to let it out.
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy.
I love you, man. I hope you're not offended by
No.
So what about this new TFC stuff?
And like,
oh my god, I'm sorry. That was so crazy.
It's Matt. Matt's the one trying to move this along.
So what about this TFC stuff? This new
all right.
second picture of Gumball. And not Groove.
So speaking of grooves, this is
Damn.
this is pictures of TFC's groove, and I still
it
like
looks sweet. It looks really sweet.
This is everything I hate about Groove.
Yeah, tell me now. I'm looking at the bike. Now tell me why you don't like this.
Because I can't stand when a motorcycle is like 2 times the size of a car. It just drives me up a wall.
But could you stand it if fucking Defensor ended up looking like fucking hip hop and like had to, like walk with a pivot every time?
I would have rathered someone take a chance and make Groove something that wasn't a motorcycle. That's all I'm saying. Like make him like a paddy wagon police truck or something like that.
Fucking Oscar wrote us on Skype and said he had to mute it because he's still laughing. But like I think that he's just I don't know what else they would have done.
Like
could they do the old G1 style? I mean, could they have done that? Like a police?
That was a big ass bike too, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't look like Tron though.
Well, this is a real bike. You know that, right?
I know that, but I'm just saying, why didn't they just make it like the G1?
Well, they haven't made what's his name Streetwise like the G1 either. They're all modern, more modern things. So, yeah. And anyone who doesn't know, this is the Dodge Viper motorcycle. So it's basically what V10 motorcycle, which is absurd. But yeah, that's what it is. And I don't know, Groove in his robot mode looks pretty okay, but I don't know, I've never liked huge motorcycle Groove. It's been the one thing about Defensor I didn't like.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. The robot mode looks like how the seats or the feet and all that. Like I love that, man.
Yeah, I mean they utilized it well for transforming it back and forth, and can totally understand why they use such a huge motorcycle to, you know, work with. But I don't know.
To me, Gumball just looks cheap. I mean, it looks cheaply made. I mean, I want to see, you know, not Groove, whatever they're going to call him, you know, in color pics and stuff and everything. At least he doesn't, from what I can see, he doesn't look cheaply made. To me, I don't know unless it's their pictures, the way they're showing him, Gumball just looks really totally like a knockoff to me. But that's just me.
I can see what you're saying.
I can too, but I think that white is a hard plastic to pull off.
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, you know, I'm gonna wait till you or Bobby get it, and review it first, because like I said, the way it looks knockoffish to me. But hopefully I'm wrong. I really like Defensor, and I hope they knock this one out of the park with him. So
I was gone for a second because I was trying to talk to Kit, but I think. I might agree with what you're saying. I'm going to hold off on this thing for a little while. Well, no, I think I am.
Did that hurt? Did that hurt to agree with what I'm saying so bad?
I think it hurt him.
I agree with your saying, but...
Well, I'm saying I'm not 100% sure what you fucking said because I wasn't here. But what I'm thinking...
said it looks knockoff. It's just what I said. Exactly. What Gumball does.
Exactly, and we are in agreement there. I'm going to wait because I don't have any TFC combiners. I do have a Hercules on the way.
Right.
And that being said, I am a little standoffish of it. We'll see. So I do want a Defensor really bad,
Justin,
bad.
You do have it pre-ordered, don't you? Are you getting it?
Yeah, I have mine pre-ordered.
Okay.
I have it pre-ordered as well. I'm shocked that we haven't seen a Defensor picture yet.
I am too, because TFC has always been really good about putting that up early, and we still haven't seen anything.
Or at least all of them together, not like maybe together or something, but just at least individual pictures.
That does make me a taste nervous.
Is somebody else putting out a Defensor? Or is it just TFC at this point?
Just TFC.
What not
just
toys?
TFC.
Oh, okay.
So can I sidetrack us for a second again?
Sure.
Of course.
In the usual Shattered Cast status, do we want to comment on what's in the background here? Because I find myself wondering what the heck display is this that has like a little Woody and like what is going on? Where is this displayed exactly?
Yeah, and like can you see the reflection behind the TFC 6 guns?
I gotta look at it.
His right arm. There's like a reflection of like 3 figures there. Can you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about on the very left side of the picture. It looks like they might be like Kamen Rider figure arts or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Let me see view full size. Yes, please. So they got Woody sitting on like this brick wall, which I don't get that.
To the right down there is Kamen Rider Double.
Okay.
And then the top left, I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly sure that that's from the Ryuki series, which was not very good.
You are a connoisseur of Japanese toys.
Yeah.
All right, in the bike mode. Oh, this is the same. They just transformed them. It's the same prototype.
Yeah.
All right, so
Woody is now blocked out somewhere.
Yeah, Woody's blocked out. And then there's like a cowboy hat. I see a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I have no idea what that one is. To the right of him, I know is definitely a Kamen Rider again.
Wouldn't that be Woody's cowboy hat?
You know what? Maybe it is somebody wearing Woody's cowboy hat now that you mention it.
It is.
Well, that's the first thing. That's the picture I looked at, and I was like, "Oh, there's Woody." I was playing along at home.
So these are both the legs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though I kind of always feel like the ambulance should have been a leg, just because he's like a
big solid unit.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
See, and this is why Groove should have been a paddy wagon, because then you have 2 big, beefy like truck vehicles to make up the legs.
I'm happier with him as a car. To be honest.
Have we said Akira motorcycle yet?
Yeah, you could do that, or the thing that shoots out of the tumbler, you know.
Yeah,
that going on too.
Oscar.
Hey, Oscar's back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to apologize for those listening. There has been a few instances in my life where I have laughed that fucking hard. Where, like an idiot, I go outside to try to smoke to see if I could cool off, but then I ended up like gagging up half my lunch because I was still laughing. That was probably hands down. Like, there's a handful of moments I could say are the funniest moments in my fucking life. There was the day I lost my virginity. I was 14. There was the time I smoked so much fucking weed, my friends convinced me I was on the fucking Starship Enterprise. There was the time I swore I saw Kurt Cobain, again, stoned out of my mind, and I was telling about how I loved his fucking albums, and then, the funny part about that was this guy was black. And then there's the time where my minicon, my nephew, decided to sit on Uncle Oscar's stomach and then proceed to rip the hottest, gnarliest fart on top of me. And now there's Skullface acting like a South African. So, holy fucking shit. Is that funny? I'm sorry.
So
actually, you know that.
Go ahead.
I was just saying the irony. When I first heard Bobby on GMC, I thought he was black. And so the irony of this just settled on me that he does a perfect African voice.
Yeah, we talked on I guess it was on Facebook, and you were like, "You're white," and then when you talked on the phone, you were like, "Oh, you sound white on the regular phone. You just sound
like, hey guys, what's up?" And then like on Skype, it's like very good.
For some weird reason, I picture like the Sudden's Clarity meme that's on the internet. You know, that one clubber, like they just come to the realization, and I picture Greg's face instead of his. It's just done. I'm like, whoa! I thought Bobby was black. Then I heard him talk like a stereotypical South African, and whoa! So, all right, moving on.
Like,
so we're
got the pot roast ready.
So we're on Grooves again. To the people listening, I do apologize. Wow. Okay, we're on Grooves now, and I'm looking at it, and again, it's making me want that fucking combiner set. It really is. I really want it because, and it's weird because what really talked me out of getting the Maki Toys Giant was watching Justin's review and then a conversation Skullface and I had on the phone where he told me like, nah, get the Hercules, because it makes more sense. But I'm looking at this and it's just fucking amazing. I like the Batpod looking motorcycle. I love the fact these are all emergency response vehicles. I love this. So like if you have an MP Prowl, which I hope people listening do, there's your fucking police force right there, buddy. What I'd like to see accompany this set, like obviously not be part of the combiner, but I'm begging for a third-party company to do an IDW Ratchet.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can stop repainting this fucking Prime Ratchet I got over here. It looks like shit now.
I also want to point out last time we talked about anything with Defense War, it was Hotspot, and I had said I didn't like the truck because of the lack of the grill. And wouldn't you know it, I was driving down the street and the next day, and there was a freaking fire truck without the grill. I'm like, all right, I'm okay with it now.
Grills are very in vogue right now. Grills and road arrays, which we talked about.
The fire trucks here in town, still, well, at least the ones in my little area, they still have the American flag grills.
Yeah. That's not uncommon.
Yeah,
that's not uncommon.
Never forget, man. Never forget.
That's right.
Yep.
343.
That's anyway. My joke.
Yeah, you have.
We'll save that for later. Not.
Who's there?
Damn, that Streetwise looks sick. All right, so moving on, since I'm assuming we're past the knock groove from TFC. We have GetRightRobot's debuts are Cybertronian Cliffjumper.
I think we all called this.
Yeah, we totally did. Yeah.
Hey, my shout out earlier. Real Robot is his name. Sorry, I just found this card. Real Robot.
No worries.
That's the guy I shouted at the beginning of the show. Shout out.
Thanks for
listening.
Shout out goes to GetRightRobot for making a sweet Cybertronian Cliffjumper that doesn't consist of him having what looks like a hunchback that we got from Hasbro. So this actually looks really sick. Yeah, you can see the fucking hands in its alt mode, but I really dig it.
Yeah, I do too.
I really dig it.
I don't know if I will. It all depends on the price point. I'm definitely in for the Bumblebee, but I don't know if I'm going to get the Cliffjumper as well.
No, I'm kind of happy with that MP Bumblebee we're getting. So
I'm definitely getting that. That's not even up for debate. But if it was like $30 for that Bumblebee somewhere in that, I would pick it up just for that one episode.
Yeah, just for that's a different story altogether. If it's a $30, I wouldn't mind.
Right.
The MPB, that's apples and oranges. I mean,
yeah,
that's not what it says. This is like a little scout class. Well, I guess the MPB is a scout class too. So.
I'm trying to see if there's any good comments. Some people, man, what is it? Who is it?
It's red and it looks like Bumblebee. Clearly, it must be Jazz.
Somebody said, "Is this War Within?" I just want to bash my head against the wall sometimes.
Hopefully these are youngins saying these stupid things.
It's fucking Earth Mode Bonsaitron, obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, the fact that these guys are, not to, but they're American guys, and this is the home team, finally making a third-party product, and I'm happy for them. I hope that they get something going.
Yeah,
they're from Myrtle Beach. How much more home team do you fucking get?
Miracle.
They're from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying?
I keep fucking derailing this thing, but do you guys watch Eastbound and Down?
Fuck yeah! I was going to shower for Halloween.
That scene that during Bike Week in Myrtle Beach.
That
is like the best scene in the whole fucking series. Tight dick.
Have you ever been to Bike Week in Myrtle Beach?
I think I was there. Like I used to go to Myrtle Beach every year, and I think I was there like one year when it overlapped because we used to go for like a week and a half.
I've been to Bike Week and Boys Black Bike Week. Not to sound racist, but they are two separate things.
That's what it's called. That's what it's properly called, I think.
I know, but it sounds racist when you say it because not everyone lives in fucking South Carolina.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So anybody got anything to add about this? It's a slow news week, so we're being a little bit laid back this week.
Yeah,
it looked good. I mean, like I said, price point. I will probably get the Bumblebee, Cliffjumper.
I think price point is the key to this.
Yeah, because these are scout size, I think. So
yeah,
I just think it's a little picture. Sorry.
Yeah. No, Antoine. What about you? You gonna get one of these?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I got you.
We'll see.
Well, if they're the same price as the B, I said sorry because I felt like I was stepping on Matt there, and I apologize. If this is the same price as the Bumblebee, well, this is the Cliffjumper. If it's the same price as the Bumblebee, I mean, fuck, I'll get both. I mean, it's pretty cool. You never saw the Bumblebee's a must because you did see that.
Right, exactly.
I would expect a wheeljack to follow, and I want a fucking sound wave that turns into a streetlight. But Cliffjumper is not a huge one for me, you know what I mean? But nah,
but if it pays for a wheeljack, like if they come out with this statement and they're like, look, wheeljack's a new molds, new problems, new issues, blah blah blah, you know, but if we sell enough of these Cliffjumpers, we can definitely make the wheeljack. I'd support them and get a fucking Cliffjumper.
I'll tell him. I mean, like I said, I talked to the guy. I'm friends with him on Facebook. We interact.
You guys totally cyber.
Let's interview
well, I'm
him.
saying, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'd like to get GetRightRobot on, well, at least half of GetRightRobot onto the podcast.
Yes.
Well, at least it's not a recolor.
I love that.
At least it's a retool.
They did the retool. Yeah, that's awesome.
So,
it's
I mean, that's something.
That's
Might
what
be
they
a
said.
little more
like,
because of that, but you know.
What's retooled on it?
The Cliffjumper. Oh.
You got the whole Cliffjumper front end basically, and the little spoiler on the back.
Oh yeah. I guess yep.
So it's just not a recolor. I mean, it may cost a little more now because it's retool, but
it says you thought we were just going to recolor the bee, didn't you? They don't fuck around, man. These guys put out. I mean, they usually do customs and they cast their own custom parts. And
well, they don't just do cut. They do amazing customs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. These are the guys that sell customs for like $2,000. You know what I mean? Like, these are the guys that started at 99 cents. Not like some people we know. And fucking they sell customs. Go up to like $2,000 fucking bidding. I mean, for like out of like crazy shit. Like, did you see that? They did an Overlord out of some G.I. Joe vehicles, and that shit was fucking amazing. And I think it sold for like $1,900, something like that.
Damn.
Their work speaks for itself. So $30 for this for an original fucking scratch, like crafted figure. Fuck yeah. Pay $30 for that, or 40, or whatever it ends up being.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, America, man. Fucking, I'm Candy Powers.
Virginia.
Man, I'm looking forward to this Snarl. Not
Hell yes. I think they've done it, man. I've seen it in Dino mode. I'm like, I'm fucking getting all of these fucking things.
You know, I'm telling, and I'm gonna be the odd man in this entire podcast saying this. I'm not going to say I'm not looking forward to it. I kind of don't care about them because I don't have an MP Grimlock, and I won't have one until they have a U.S. release, and that's when I'm going to have to, like, you know, harass you bitches that always go toy hunting a lot to fetch me one, and I pay you back for it. Because I don't have an MP Grimlock, so I wouldn't enjoy Scoria. I wouldn't enjoy Snarl. But thanks to Justin and to a lucky purchase I made, I own the Fall of Cybertron Swoop from Planet X. So I'm looking to collect their Dinobot line, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'll get both.
I think I'm getting this, man.
Yeah.
He looks cool.
God dang, $1,000.
In this unit, a little out of scale though for Masterpiece.
Well, here's the thing.
Well, that's what I want to get this discussion.
I think the way that this is all going to pay out is I will end up having one set of Dinobots in dinosaur mode and one set of Dinobots in robot mode full time.
Oh, you and your money, you and your nurse or doctor wife.
That's doctor. Both
What's
in
a
and out of the
doctor?
bedroom.
She's a doctor.
Yeah, she's a doctor of she's not like she's not like an MD, but she's a doctor of physical therapy.
Cool.
Cool. I thought she's an MD, but
my girlfriend trains with horses, and that's where the fascination stops.
Alrighty, I mean, whatever. It's but anyway, I say that to say this is that I'm passing up. Like the third party game is interesting now because like I used to get everything. Like if it was a third party product, I'd get it, and now you can be a little choosy. So I'm not getting as much stuff because I'm kind of just picking one or the other. I'm not going to get this, pass on this, I'll pick up that, etc. But this looks so damn good, and you don't have to twist my arm very far to get two sets of Dinobots of this kind of quality look. So
it's gonna be $1,000 at least for all 5 of them. Because I've already got $200.
I've already got the Grimlock, so that knocks it down a little bit.
Well, are you not going to get the Grimlock they make?
Well, I'll get the Grimlock that they make, but I'm not going to get the Grimlock. If Fans Toys makes a Grimlock, which I doubt they will, I'm not going to get that. I'm going to get them. I'm just getting one set because I don't roll like that. But I'm going to. I will definitely get. Once I saw the Dino mode, yeah, I will definitely get Snarl.
Sorry,
and
guys.
I'll get the deluxe size too. The deluxe one, I can't wait for Sludge.
I think I'm
ready
keeping
for that.
this. I'm going to keep this set in robot form because they're going to be huge and they're going to scale better with my MPs in robot mode. And then I'm going to keep my MP Grimlock and the Fans Toys dinosaurs as dinosaurs and put them on a separate shelf.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, but I'm gonna get them hopefully. Still, have they put a price point on him yet?
No.
$1 billion.
I mean, could this go up to maybe 250 since he's going to be bigger than Scoria?
I think it would be. I think for a new company to come out the gate with something over $200 for a masterpiece size, I think that would be pretty ambitious of them. But who knows?
What? Yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, he's going to be bigger than Scoria. And he's $200.
True.
I say maybe 225, maybe.
But he's not. But Scoria is not that much bigger than Quake Wave. And Quake Wave was 180.
Yeah, well, about 225, maybe 220. Yeah. I don't know. But
200 or less.
I'll definitely get him. He looks really nice.
Less, I'm in.
I like it.
$1 million.
Kronos is huge. Kronos is huge, and he's 160.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But he's from someone that doesn't know any better.
Well, I think he knows better, but I think he also knows the game, and I think he knows that this
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? It's my first time out. I got to make an impression.
Exactly.
I got to, so maybe hopefully they'll do the same. We can at least get one at a quote unquote fair price. Justin, what do you? You love this side of the game as much as I do. What do you?
I was going to ask because anybody else is going to get it.
Well, see, I'm in the mindset that I will wait for Fans Toys and see what happens. If for some reason it gets canceled, then I'll find a way to own this Gigapower because I think he's freaking awesome. But I really, I have a hard time. For me, the only one from Gigapower I'm interested in is going to be Grimlock because he'll be bigger. And then the rest is I'd rather just go with Fans Toys because I'm already in for, Score. Well, I guess I'm not in because I haven't paid for anything yet, but, I'm already have Scoria pre-ordered, so, and I know the quality of Fans Toys, so that's why I'm kind of not really looking at the Gigapower Snarl very much.
Well, and something we don't... Huh?
I was just saying, Greg, I want to hear.
Yeah. Oh. Well, something we don't really think about. Actually, this wasn't even about this. This is what Justin just said. Made me think about it. We say we know the quality of Fans Toys, and I was thinking about this the other day. We know a product from Fans Toys, and we know they've raised their price a little bit. What if they drop their production costs?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
In the event that happens, that the price has gone up and the quality has gone down or something like that, and all that stuff, which I don't think is going to be the case because I think it's. I
don't think either,
but in the event that does happen, then I have no problems jumping ship and going to Gigapower because this does look really really good in both modes. So.
And does look good. I don't have a hard time they're going to stay in dinosaur mode for me, and I'm in that camp where if the dinosaurs scale properly, then I'm okay.
Right.
What's Fans Toys after Scoria? Have they released or have they showed anything? What's going to be after them? Him?
They haven't. They had one teaser at the beginning of the year, and it had a motorcyclist.
Damn, Justin, did you have to make a quick getaway
Justin's
there?
on the run. He's on the run.
He's got his girlfriend waiting for him outside of his house with a MAC-10 packed and loaded, and a duffel bag full of money.
Shout out to his girlfriend. She's pretty awesome.
Is that weird that that's turned on?
Little haughty.
At all.
But the fucking thing with this is they put out this. Fans Toys put out a teaser at the beginning of the year, and it had the gray prototype or a CAD image of Scoria, and then had a silhouette of Kronos or Jetfire, pardon me, and a silhouette of Swoop. Now, word on the street is that the guy who was designing Jetfire used to be a part of Fans Toys. May have been a part of Fans Toys. Let me emphasize this. This is just rumor. So don't fucking talk about me on the boards. All right? I don't check the boards, so I won't know who to fucking kick in the mouth when I see him. But the rumor is that the guy who designed Kronos used to work for Fans Toys. They had a difference of whatever, and now Kronos is coming out independently. That's the rumor, and it may have been that he was promoting Kronos separately. I don't know the ins and outs. The guy said in an interview that he used to work for a company that made a pretty popular purple toy.
Yep, absolutely.
Mania King?
Oh, he means Mania King. Yeah, it's just that Mania King in my hand. So that's the first thing I thought of. Mania King. Oh.
So wait a minute. That Kronos is made by Unique Toys. You guys are fucked. No, I'm kidding.
My Mania King's pretty good.
It's also extremely possible that he could have been the one who worked on the MMC Cyclops.
He could have been
another big purple toy.
That's a pretty solid figure. I mean, it's kind of solid is a funny term to use for that one because it's pretty hollow. But I mean, it's decent. You know, it's got a metal chain.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool.
Yeah. What was the exact quote that this guy used? I'm sorry.
It's something along the lines of, I used to work for a third-party company that, and then they were like, which one? And he was like, I actually can't say. There's like a gag order or something, or you know what I mean? He can't say. And they're like, did this third-party company make a popular purple toy? And he's like, yes.
So it could be the CHMS people who made the Purple Seekers and stuff.
Yeah,
I see how it is.
Nice. But we all know how people feel about knockoffs, Justin. Don't try to antagonize the audience.
Wait, hold on. And didn't CHMS have ties with Unique Toys?
Yes.
They used to be. Unique Toys used to be CHMS, according to
so it
everybody.
could still be Mania King.
It could be.
Oh, that's a strong point.
Impossible Toys has Nightbird. He's got a purple face. They also had that crappy Alpha Tryon. He
said pop.
I almost bought that fucking Alicon, by the way, because of your review. I saw it Sunday. I had it in my hand from that dude that the guy just shouted out earlier. I had it in my hand and I almost bought it, and I fucking did.
I watched that review, Justin, and that is a very
iffy figure.
There's nothing in that review that is wrong. There's nothing in that review that is bad, but that is a very
definitely
erring on the side of caution, for lack of a better term.
No, I agree.
You know,
I absolutely adore his Alicon mode, but the actual robot mode, like Holson, another podcasting friend,
shout out to Holson. I love
pointed out that he's like, his friend his face looks like he fell out of SpongeBob. I'm like, can't unsee that. Can't And like, I really do feel that the robot mode is the downfall of the figure, because like the fact that like there's pieces that are small and you have to put them on, and yeah, there's definitely faults with it. But he looks freaking awesome standing behind 3 Sharkticons. So,
well, that's why I wanted him to.
Yeah,
and Kit saw it and went. Ah! And picked it up.
But one thing that really stood out to me when editing that review was just how fucking creaky every single, like, moving the thing around. It's like, God, this thing sounds
it sounded so hollow.
Yeah, like, God, this thing sounds terrible. Like
I want to be a dick, but I want to be like, so did you get a fake one? Because that sounds like a really shitty knockoff.
Yes, I did.
Oh, he did get a shitty knockoff, yeah.
That's right, he did. According to someone in Japan, he did.
Well, no, Unique Toys is pretty much the knockoff of Third Party. If Third Party is a company.
Real quick, I have that Alicon, and I have him like on a Quintesson shelf. It's got the 3 Unique Toys Sharkticons, the 3 iGear Sharkticons, the Quintessons, with the exception of one figure that I can never fucking get or find, which kills me that I can't complete the set. And it's the ugliest fucking figure of the set, but I have to have him. And then I have the G1 Sharkticon there, and then I have the Alicon way in the back, so just the head of the alligator shows. And it works like a champ.
Yeah, no. Notably, I got this guy way cheaper than retail cost. I would never recommend buying him for whatever.
What'd you buy him off of?
Vangelis.
Vangelis. I see you betray podcast peruse.
So, y'all hear that Transformers 5 is coming out in 2017?
Fuck you, Deluxe.
Fuck
you know
yeah.
what?
Fuck yeah. Hasbro.
Yeah.
Bitches.
They have a slew of shit coming out, and I'm gonna make, because this is not like very much toy related. I really dig that mouse. I kind of do. I really dig that mouse.
I like the Optimus Prime earbuds, which have the optional rotating antenna thing, so you can just jam them right into your ears and they'll never fall out.
Yep. Not too far in, you don't want to come out, hard of hearing.
What is the Bumblebee Camaro thing?
A flash drive, I think, something like that, or it looks like a USB port, or a hub.
Yeah,
that goes from it looks like an iPhone.
Yeah, I don't know what they're definitely playing knockoff Angry Birds. Fucking treason.
They're called subtly vexed flying raptors. And then you have another multi-hub port with the Autobot logo, which looks okay. You got maybe, from what the looks of it is, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 ports altogether.
Yeah.
That looks okay. Then there's just Reinvent Entertainment, and they're fucking stupid. And then some symbols here.
I am really hating every single symbol that has a 4 and one of the logos in it. I think that looks awful.
I love it.
Oh, God, why? Why?
Because you hate
it.
It doesn't bother me. I mean, it's kind of corny, but, they were going to do it. I mean, God, it's Hasbro.
There's a guy, because then one of the other photos shows like a bunch of their like shelf designs and how they would have a construct bots and then like some quick change, like one-step changers. And there's actually a guy on YouTube who actually has the one-step quick change Grimlock and Drift reviewed already. And they look just as bad as they did in the photos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they found the deluxes. I think somebody
on TFW.
Yeah, Target in Canada, I think, or something.
Was it? Yeah, okay, yeah, Canada. They released all the deluxes already.
Yeah. They all have been pulled, I think, but yeah, people went on a
did they get pulled? I didn't know that. But I know that they some people bought them already and are already reviewing them or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
My interest is in this promo marketing thing that they have, Reinvent Entertainment, and in the fourth quarter they have the DVD comes out and an animated stunt. Hello?
Yeah.
What?
I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
It's image 7 of 26 or 25 or whatever. And it has like a little rat symbol.
It may. I wouldn't get your hopes up thinking they're going to make a Stunticon themed anything.
No, I don't think that's the case.
It may just be like a publicity stunt or something like that, but cartoon wise.
And then quarter 1 of 2015 and quarter 1 of 2016 in the next slide shows 2 more animated things, and then they talk about animated features. But now, are all these animated features going to be tied to the movies? Is that what we're taking away from this?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's tied to the movie and the Part 5 movie. So it's a bridge.
See, that's where they fucked up, man. Because these are going to be independent animated. They're going to be independent animated releases, and they're going to be tied to these movies when they could have done 2 independent animated releases. All Hail Megatron and Last Stand of the Wreckers, and fucking shut the fandom down.
Yep.
That fucking irritates the piss out of me.
Oh, what about these character concepts? You have like Bumblebee, who looks ridiculous. Drift, who, I don't know, like I said, Drift looks really summer. He looks okay. He really is probably my favorite design in the entire movie cast so far.
Yeah.
And then there's Bulkhead. I mean, Hound.
And Hound needs to watch the intake a little bit.
The one defining cool thing about Hound was him munching on that what looks like a 50 caliber bullet. Has now been destroyed by letting me see this like really like his tires separate and they become his feet. His arms are like bandoleros. Like his forearms are like made of consistent fucking like ammunition line. These bandolero lines. He looks absolutely ridiculous, dude. Like I could just. He's the fucking. He's like. He looks like he's a cast off of like a Leadfoot from the third film. Just a tubby bitch so we can watch him move around and his stomach jiggle and shit. Hey, Prime, we better stop the Decepticons. Hold on.
He is a tubby unit.
Stop the Decepticons. I said it in one breath. I'm a big. It looks fucking horrible. Then there's the cars, the TF4. There's the I think he's called like the nitro powered whatever Bumblebee, which that's a sweet Camaro. And then there's the Drift Bugatti, which I love. And then there's Crosshairs, which I saw the one guy post a figure, up a review of the figure of Crosshairs. Horrendous. It literally is a shell former. I have not seen a deluxe class shell former since Arachnid. And,
that figure sucks.
And that figure was awful, but at least you didn't see her head. You flip him upside down. Think of like the Fans Project Stunticons, but like done wrong.
Right.
You know, like because the way they engineered him is so the car body looks like an overcoat to, you know, imply the whole like Western Desperado type of ordeal. And and then Lockdown's face, he looks like Destro from G.I. Joe.
With the helmet on though, because he's got the full body picture that looks pretty cool to me.
That does. Then you see.
I like that. I'm looking at it now. I like that a lot.
But the close up of his head does look very Destro-ish.
Commander, I'm now.
I can't wait for this fucking movie. We was watching TV or something, and the TV promo came on and everything, and my wife was like, "Do you need a moment alone?" I was like, "Yes, I do." I'm really fucking excited about this movie, and I can't wait for Transformers 5. Fuck all y'all. Go Hasbro.
What's different? New cast, story, and look. A fresh new feel. New Dinobots theme. Plus robots, real cars, bounty hunters, and samurais. New transformation technology. Amazing simple conversion across products range.
More than meets the eye. Let me just tell you about this one line. New Dinobots theme, plus robots, real cars, bounty hunters, and samurais. That should just instantly tell me this is going to be the most awesome thing I've ever come across ever.
I hope Grimlock does breathe fire. I hope it does.
But you have a Crosshair shoved into a fucking, what's supposed to be a Corvette, but it looks a lot like it's a fucking Honda Civic. And then... it's just
stunning retail execution. See, this is what it all comes down to. Look at this.
Oh, of course, it's to sell toys, dude.
Cross category.
Just like Power Rangers had the super ultra mega powered Dorito flavored Megazord. It's basically fucking sell more toys. This is their way of doing it. We're making the movies. We're going to move more product, just like the old G1 cartoon was basically a half-hour long commercial. This is going to be a 2-hour plus long commercial telling kids and making sure that parents understand they need to buy their fucking kid this talking T-Rex, you know? So...
I'm excited.
I'm excited to see this in stores too, but from what I've seen already, from what one guy on TFW posted, some of these figures that I was really interested in are just chock full of fail.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are.
They said the deluxes are a little bigger now than they said. A lot of people thought they might be a little smaller because, you know, they always are. They said the deluxe sizes are decent sizes now, so who knows?
The Voyagers are fucking tiny.
Well, they got to cut costs somewhere. I mean, shit.
Well, well, they have it's funny, this guy who posted the pictures of like Drift and Bumblebee and stuff, he has the product shot for scales reference of Voyager class deluxe class animated Optimus Prime, I think. I don't know, I never owned an animated Optimus Prime, and the Aslan Prime next to him, and that's bigger than him. And then he's got the photos of the Dinobots and their respective robot modes, and yes, Skullface, Slag or Slug as he's being called in the movie, those pathetic plastic swords plug into his sides.
Oh yeah, they showed that in the pictures. Yeah, that was a big fail and everything. But.
Jesus Christ, these things are fucking pathetic. But yet the one-step changers are fucking huge compared to some of the animated line figures, and those are big.
Yeah.
But then he's got like they recently announced they were going to do a platinum set of a G1 Optimus Prime and Grimlock 2-pack. And everyone's like, oh, I want that fucking Grimlock. And the one thing I noticed was Wow, look at how those feet just hang off the fucking forearms right behind the hands.
Hey, Oscar, what animated toy is that? Animated Optimus, is that?
I think that's an activator, I think. I'm sorry.
That's what I think. I was going to say, because they're only like scout-sized, right?
I don't know. I never owned an activator.
Yeah, I think they're only like scout-sized.
I have an activator bulkhead, and it is about deluxe size in vehicle mode.
Yeah.
So...
Jeez.
Yeah, but, one bulkhead. So
one thing I wanted to go back with our stunning retail execution here with the cross category. Are those just trash cans to just throw out your Hasbro toys like as you leave the store? Because it kind of looks like a garbage can. I'm just saying.
It does. And I think that what that'll end up being is the DVDs will sit like on one side and the fucking toys will sit on the other, and it'll be the one-stop shop right there for all your needs.
I can see it now. It's one of those things that you see in like the middle of an aisle at Walmart that has the deals on it, but the artwork sure makes it look like a trash can.
But he's got this gentleman on TFW also has the photos of Scorn, my new favorite Dinobot, being released to the movie line, and he's got a tail for a fucking hand, and it's already like disappointing.
Yeah, it's just another set you got to keep as dinosaurs.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So moving on for just.
Okay. I was just going to read this. Moving on to Hasbro's plans, 2017, placeholder logo, 5th movie, video games we've never before. 2 new animated features planned for the first quarter of 2015 and 16. Cartoons feature new faction logos. Oh, that's the rat symbol in the fucking other thing. And that's something worth investigating into. The cartoon will run for 2 years, bridging the gap between 4 and 5. Ugh.
Fuck yeah.
2 years.
Just like what Transformers Prime. I don't get it. What did Transformers Prime bridge the gap of?
It didn't.
It
didn't. It was supposed to bridge the gap between like the video games and something else, like a line continuity, right? So it's like the novels, the video games, and Prime are all supposed to, but they're not. They trample all over each other. So they kind of
wait. So hold on. So, line continuity, they land on Earth, and you've got Bulkhead, Optimus Prime, RC, and et cetera, et cetera, Bumblebee, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Optimus is like, BRB. And then he comes back down as a fiery comet with Ratchet, fucking whoever, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that either. I was just like, what the fuck? I thought I missed something when I read that.
So, discussion-wise, this is the moment we've been waiting for.
Yeah. Apparently, a member of our podcast has committed a grievous act against collectors everywhere. He dared to not pay what some might consider an outrageous price for an original. Even though he has 4 versions of this supposed figure. He recently... We all know we basically credit our good friend T2RX6, Justin, as basically being our most credited, if anything, most respected reviewer out of all of us.
Absolutely.
And that's coming from me and Skullface, because we do our own reviews. I obviously do the frat boy version, and Skullface does his version of it with his skits in there. And then you have T2RX6 who just fucking reviews the figure. And apparently, Justin, do you want to go ahead and take it away and explain the situation?
I guess so. So basically, I picked up recently the knockoff MP10, which there's only one review of it, or at the time there was only one review of it on YouTube, and it was no comparisons or anything like that. Just like, here it is, And I was like, well, that's a crappy video. I can do better than that. No offense to the people who made that video, it just wasn't very good. So my obvious thought was, might as well compare it to the real MP10, because I have that one. And so I did that, and it's been a pretty successful video. It's gotten a lot of views in less than a week, so I can't argue with that. But I have a gentleman who has decided to come on to my YouTube channel and tell me about all the horrible things I am doing, apparently. I am committing treason to Japan, my country of non-origin, with this this behavior. I'm also the worst collector because apparently I have a knockoff. I'm like, doesn't matter the fact that I bought it 6 times or 4 times. I'm sorry. I've had 2 of the Hasbro ones that have passed through my house. One that I kept for a while, then sold, then bought another, then sold. MP10, who's always been here, which was what, like 250, 270 when he came out, something like that. And what else? Year of the Horse. God, if I count all the Year of the Horses, I've technically gone through about 8 MP10s at this point. But but anyway, yeah. So there's at least 2 MP10s that are legitimate in my house still, and 4 of them that I have legitimately owned. And now this knockoff. So I've done my fair share on paying Takara for this mold. But anyway, so I'm a horrible collector, the worst collector.
Obviously, how dare you?
I want. I kind of have to read some of these things because the things that are said are just so stupid. Like, and I'm sorry, I know that you in 1970. I don't care. I'm putting this out there. I know that English is not your first language, but you shouldn't argue with someone who speaks English if you can't speak it. Because we get things like...
For the record, before you say anything, this podcast never has been, nor will it ever will be, one that's specifically designed to bash people.
Yeah.
But basically, when you are essentially having, you know, or coming under attempted assassinations of your character because of something so simple as reviewing a knockoff figure, then, you know, that's when you kind of have to put your foot down sometimes to say, hey, you need to chill the fuck out. And all right, you can go ahead, Justin.
I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna post what I would like read. I think Oscar needs to speak it for me because I feel like it'll get the point across best. So I will hand it off to him at this point.
Okay, I got it. I got the message here. Come on, there we go. Skype, don't fail me. Okay. My headphones popped off. Wait.
I'll start.
Fail.
Okay, there we go. I just nicked a wire. You all ready? Justin, when you edit this, you are to install some sort of Japanese music in the background, okay?
I'll do what I can.
This is stupid video. Reported to Takara Tomy. You are the worst corrector. The one's a fake. It is poor people hurt. Japanese are put up in order to buy the real thing. In Japan, fake is rejected.
What?
That's what he
Isn't
wrote.
that where they make knockoffs?
Law of copyright is an international rule. Was enacted the raw. It is Western people. Japanese companies have been firing copyright raw. Where Westerners thought to copyright or to support a violation of copyright laws. I want to know the reason. Western people do help a thief or an murderer criminal. Show less. Oh, that was the thing.
Sorry, copied too much there.
The last one is, Westerners took it prohibits various cultures of Japan. Impon. Well, etc. Fuck you, Rail. Fuck you, Duffy. Western people do not understand the essence of Japanese culture. To sell beef to Japan has been the international law protecting whales and dolphins. Rules of Western people is unfair for the Japanese. Ippon, number 1.
I have no idea where the whale and dolphin thing came from.
I'm sorry. That whole Rocky Whale, Rocky Dolphins of South Park, yes. It's probably one of the best episodes ever.
That's great.
What the fuck does that do with knockoffs?
Fuck you, cow. Fuck you, chicken.
So one of my favorite things was when he was like saying like he said or talking about do people help with thief and murder criminal? And I'm trying to find where my response was, like, because you know I went to sleep and then 15 hours later I like woke up and like. So my first response was, sorry it took me so long to respond to this. I was out at the store buying some stuff when I saw someone robbing the store. So I said, might as well get it for free. And I helped them. Then on my way home, I saw someone outside with a gun. So I joined them to assist them with the murder. Like, come on, man. So
it's amazing the way people act. You know, and like I had said to us earlier before we got started recording, you know, it's funny because this guy has videos of just him showing off like these Gundam model kits that he's bought. in the past, and and basically it's like, well, if you keep all those, like, a big reason, like a lot of people notice, like, when it comes to Transformers and shit, you get those decoy figures, mostly because supposedly a lot of the rooms in Japan are a lot smaller than they are like here in America. So those tend to sell more of those, like the Heroes of Cybertron or like the Lux class figures and shit, because they have less room on their shelves for display. This guy clearly has enough room to spare, and if he doesn't, and everyone knows this for a fact, if you collect any toys of any kind, if, let's say, Greg buys a masterpiece from Toys R Us, he buys MP10. Greg enjoys MP10 for a year and goes, it's time for me to part. Sells MP10 to another collector. Who does that help? Does it help Takara, Tomy, or Hasbro? No. Who's it help? It helps Greg, because Greg made the sale to the other collector. You see how that works? So you bought it once, that's all the help you're giving. Because you sell it on eBay, you're not helping Hasbro or Takara. Yep. You're only helping your fucking self. So basically, when he sells his shitty Gundam kits, and I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Gundam. Not a fan of Gundam. That's how I discovered yaoi the hard way. Okay, if you don't know what that is, it's basically Japanese gay porn. And yeah, man. So freaking basically, I'm not a fan of Gundam. So whenever he sells one of his shitty Gundam model kits, he's not helping Takara or Bandai. I'm sorry, it's Bandai, right? Whatever. Mm-hmm. He's not helping them. He's helping himself. So basically, he could be looked at as just as big a criminal, if anything. That's if the guy would stop being such a fag and actually reply to some of the posts that made about him. Because besides Justin, other people have put him. This one guy put him in his place. He wrote this dissertation about international copyright law, or they're assembled in China, or whatever the case may be. He basically shut this guy up, but he never replied to him.
Well, I mean, not only that, but I mean, not to get political or anything. And I know we have some Asian subscribers, in the sense that the proper, like, they live there, and because we have like we get these symbols as subscribed to you or whatever. So, but just to put it in perspective, I mean, the Chinese market are the people that are manufacturing these toys, and the reason why they are manufacturing them is because they can pay them nothing, because the way that government operates, and everybody else can reap the rewards from it. So if we want to talk about the big crime that's happening, it's that we are allowing China to participate in the World Trade Organization. That's the big crime that's happening. Anything beyond that is null and void, because there's no criminal act or law being broke that is as devastating to the world stage as what is going on there. So with that being said, that guy, in my opinion, should take his little law book and roll it up tightly and shove it up his fucking ass, because none of it fucking matters in the big scale of things. And what Justin was trying to do with that review was, one, present it as a viable option, because the people that are making it are not making it readily available to the people that want to buy it.
Yeah. Good luck finding an MP10 in any form that's not going for like over $200 at this point.
Exactly. And two, if you are trying to buy an official MP10, you know the differences to look for so that you can protect yourself and your investment. And three, just evaluate it as a fan of the culture and a fan of the genre. Just evaluate it in the sense of the steps of progress that knockoff, quote unquote, knockoff companies are making.
Yep.
And how can you knock the guy for it?
And
so whatever.
Fuck with Justin. That's just wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, and if look, you want to fuck with Justin, look, check this out. No bullshit. My 5-year-old kid made a statement earlier in the week, and I put that statement on my personal.
I know where this is going.
And Justin, a 30-some-year-old man, wrote me privately to say, actually, if you think about it, she's not really that accurate, because the terminology used. So you're going against a guy that is a smart fella and a stickler for details. So, know your audience. Whatever your name is, 1971.
Seriously, like, the guy sat there and said this video was fail, whatever the case is. Clearly, you haven't seen Justin attempt to debate someone who's mentally retarded about the ethics of monetizing a Let's Play video. That was a hilarious read in its own. I don't know if you remember that, Justin. That was a funny thread.
Oh man, those were the good old days. I miss that.
They sure were. Now that individual's beating his children with his Metroplex because he's proud of it.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. Oh, I thought you were talking about the other copyright thread.
There's been a number. I don't think Oscar was part of that one. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh no, I missed that one too.
Yeah, you know what? I was looking that up earlier today just to see if it's still around.
Small Miss Prime, please come home to us, please. I miss you. Simple Miss Prime. I can't even think of a name for him, but yeah, come home. We miss you.
Lunch maker.
So anyway, for those out there, if you haven't seen T2RX6, you can find them on YouTube. It's in our links. We have links to all of our own personal shit as well as our collective shit in the details below. If you haven't seen the review of his knockoff MP10, watch it. It's good. It's insightful. It's like most of his other stuff. It's full of information. Whereas Oscar's is full of entertainment, and mine is full of just somewhere in between. So definitely check it out, because the guy is not trying to rip off Takara Tomy. Takara Tomy should be sending this guy a Christmas card every year. Yeah. But yeah, check it out. Check his channel out. It's in the links below, and give it a shot, and then chime in. If you listen to Shattercast and you love, chime in, be like, hey, this is the fucking whack job you were talking about.
I do read and respond to just about everything I get, so
There you go. I think we're all pretty good about that.
Yeah, I'm not in the
even the cast members.
I'm not in the tier of douchebag reviewer who doesn't give a crap what his subscribers have to say. So
yeah,
I always read, even if it's usually I'll respond, but sometimes there's just no reason. But
real quick, I want to give some shout outs. To number one, if you are buying on eBay and you buy stuff from I Am Ratchet, then he is the man to go to for your vintage G1 stuff. And if you buy something from him, there's a chance you might see a Shattered Cast business card arrive with your package.
In fact,
no lie, that guy just posted just the other day posted a Warbot Assaulter from the Fans Project line for like $90.
Yep, I saw it too.
I wanted that shit. I didn't get a chance to. Damn it.
I had the pleasure of that man's company Sunday, actually. He's got a couple new listings. If you look up I Am Ratchet on eBay, because that's how he does business for all the protections and such. But I know he just listed a Masterpiece smoke screen and a Masterpiece sound blaster up for pretty cheap. So if you're going to buy from a local seller, well, a domestic seller, and you don't want to get fucked around, you want to get some high quality shit, and check them out.
Check out Jason Watson, FoC Toys for all your third party needs, and TF Prototype by Encoded Designs for all your new upcoming news. Lastly, I wanted to say we always ask people, if they have a place that they would listen to podcasts regularly. So I just wanted to throw this out there. Places that I've looked into. If anybody uses Rackspace or Buzzsprout or Vimantra, those are all places that we might be looking into in the future to start hosting the podcast. So if you prefer stuff there, let us know so we can get an idea of what's going on. And of course, we are always on YouTube, iTunes, Podomatic, Tumblr, Blogspot, Twitter, Facey Space.
There we go.
Fucking everywhere. We should make a MySpace just for shits and giggles.
Oh,
they still exist.
And also ask
so.
If anybody's got any questions, or want to ask us questions about anything, we're open to talk about anything. Just as you've seen in this show, we will talk about anything.
I think we do actually have a question. Let's get to that. Yeah, hold on one second. Let me look it up.
It wasn't my line this time.
Why can I not see our page? Anybody? Oh wait. Hold on.
Hey, so what did everybody get this week while we're killing some time?
Well, yesterday I got Leo ducks.
I want to say what I got last week when I got my pile of loot, if y'all don't mind after that.
Loot.
Just go ahead.
Oh, I got MP Sound Blaster. I got Double Dealer. I got the Sharkies, which I really fucking love.
Okay.
Yep. I got G2 Side Swap. What else did I get? I got the recolor of Armada Starscream, the Japanese color one, which I really like better than the Hasbro one. And I got a Hulk figure too, which, yeah. And I think that's it. I got a pretty good pile of loot.
Justin?
Anybody else?
I got Treasonous MP10. And you know what? I've got a bid on a knockoff Abominus because I need some parts.
All right.
Nice.
Yep, I just might
Anybody
as well
else?
add to the felonies.
Yeah.
I had a little haul, if anyone cares.
Yep, what'd you get?
I got the, well, we're going back to last week because we didn't do it last week. I got the Maki Toys Swerve and Gears.
Nice.
I got Leo Ducks. I got MP11. I got Classics Inferno. I got a Drift. I picked up Mania King today. Well, I got it in the mail today. Justin and I both actually got one today. His just hadn't arrived yet. Got some repro labels. Those are always nice. Got a Tribble at the toy show. Well, it's kids, but whatever. I'm looking at it. Got a Next Generation lunchbox.
Nice.
And bought a Hercules.
Yeah.
How much
With
you
the
pay for that
Razor
Hercules?
set and the third-party light-up head. So, yeah. I was kind of balling this week. Just saying. Nothing much. Just about $1,000 toys.
I got Last Stand of the Wreckers in hardback.
Nice.
So the question...
I got
the question raised... Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
I got
Oscar.
some stuff. What the fuck, man?
I recently just got should receive tomorrow in the mail my Toy World Orion that I got from WK Toys, which is always has a really good price. Recent haul that I haven't mentioned as of yet. I don't believe I ever talked about them. Would have to be my G2 Sideswipe, which is just a badass bitch masterpiece figure.
It's a good figure.
Very good figure. Nothing more awesome than a giant robot with a fucking broadsword and two big ass machine guns, and combined they look amazing. That is what I call it.
And some teeth. Oh man.
And then for some weird reason, I went to the flea market on Sunday, and I was with the girlfriend, and I bought weirdly enough, a line I never owned a figure from ever. I take that back. I owned a few, but I sold them in a lot like 2 days later. I bought a Transformers Armada Overload. He came with the head, so now it has two of them I have. And I'm going to customize that bitch somehow, some way.
Nice.
So,
anybody else? Is there anybody we missed? All right. Real quick, I'm just going to go down the list of folks on here. This guy, I don't know, should I say the whole name or not? I'm not sure. But this guy, James, last name C, shout out to him. He's been listening since the beginning. So he says, what TF groups besides this one are worth the shit on Facebook? Joined a few to go back and unfollow. Had to go back and unfollow because all the mind-numbing posts had turned to fourth grade name calling contest. Just want to find out news and read comments from adults. I might be selling off the collection. I still like to see reviews and posts about the new figs, even though I don't buy them anymore. So, Oscar, what do you got? What Facebook, what Transformer Facebook groups do you enjoy?
As always, I have to recommend the one Facebook group that partnered me up with my lovely little sex buddy, Greg, the Transformer Cybertron Cafe. It's an amazing place to go to. A lot of guys, it's basically just straight up business. If you have a shit price, it will call you out on it. But if it gets any worse, the argument gets moved over to another room. That's all there is to it.
Hey, Oscar.
Yes.
Oscar.
Yes.
He said not third grade name calling.
Oh. I recently just started getting into the Transformer TF prototype page. That's basically focusing on news about upcoming third-party figures and stuff like that. That's also headed by our good friend Jason Watson. Also, be sure to check out places to sell your collection like the WK Cybertronian Deli. That's basically all I got. I mean, all the other groups are just the same. Right. It's just a bunch of prepubescent douchebags that just post funny pictures, and that's it.
Greg, what do you check out?
Well, I got the Cybertron Cafe. help run that. So I mean, you know, can't. We're going on 2,500 members. We're going strong. It's survival of the fittest. I'm just gonna let anyone know. I mean, if you're walking in there and you got some bullshit, you got an attitude, you're probably not gonna last long. But it's a good group. Probably the best growing group on Facebook. You know what? I'm gonna get some shit for this, but the Transformers Addicts group, I'm seeing some potential in. I've actually been like poking
Since when?
What?
Hold on, shut up. I said potential.
Oh,
I'm
hell
poking
no,
around.
man.
I just think they need the right person to edge them in the direction. And I'm not saying it's going to be me, but
Right.
I'll troll that
Antoine.
motherfucker into shape.
I know that you, Antoine, you run a few groups, right? Which groups do you check out?
Yes, sir. I run the Transformers chat and buy page and the Transform Fanatics page.
Okay. Any
That's
other pages you
about it.
check out? Just the ones you run, huh?
Yeah, those, just mine and the cafe, of course. Dope Cage page. What else? A few others, I think. Well, mainly the main four.
Justin.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm sorry. Hold on. And TYLP's page also.
Okay.
I will be honest. I'm on some of the different Transformers pages, but I really don't follow them on Facebook because it's really way too much in my newsfeed. I just kind of go and check like the front page of TFW, and that's all the news I'm really looking for. If Antoine hasn't brought it to my attention in the chat, then I don't need to know about it.
Don't worry.
That's true.
We follow you. It's okay.
Yeah.
We follow you.
Matt. What group
man, I really can't say anything. Cybertron Cafe, I really like, I guess. I really don't get into the, talking and everything on trading. I'm part of an Arkansas toy collector. I really like that one. A lot of trades in that and everything. And my favorite one right now is Bumblebee Owners. No, I'm just kidding. I hate that one. That is terrible. But anyway, yeah.
Myself, my favorite group is the Cafe, and I'm not just saying that. It's because of the random shit talking in there, and it is kind of like it's a Facebook group about Transformers that's mainly catering to adults, and it has a little bit more edge, which is a little bit more my speed. Other than that, I check out the Transformers chat and also the Fanatics page, and I check out. I'm in the Addicts. I like that Transformers humor group. A lot of stuff on there is corny as shit, but every now and then they do have something that's actually pretty funny.
Hey, what about our page?
And there's a Maryland toy collector page. I checked that one out too. And then what else? That's pretty much about it. I'm a part of like all of them, but I'm rarely on. Like if I'm on Facebook, I'm usually in the chat talking to these fucks. So it's I'm not heavy on.
Y'all forgot the best one, Shattercast page.
Well, it's a given.
Well, he said aside from this one.
My fault. Okay, my fault.
So definitely join this one.
I got one more.
Antoine, come on.
Go ahead.
I got one more. It's a super secret group, and it's not necessarily a Transformers group, and I can't say the name of it, but you guys are fucking awesome. And you know who I am if you're listening to this. That's probably my favorite group on Facebook. I know that wasn't much to answer the question, but that's probably my favorite group on Facebook. You're part of it.
Yeah,
Big Dick.
Yeah, I like that.
But you know what I mean.
I've actually participated in that one, and I rarely participate.
Did you? Well, you need to more.
I know. I just don't be done with that.
Well, that's what I say. I say you don't have time. You're a firefighter. Well, it's not to throw that out. I'm sorry, but you got a responsibility. You're a guy that does things in the community.
Yeah. Right. So, community. So anyway,
community.
Community.
What was I gonna say? Because we were talking about the community last week. So yeah, that's fucking it. And if you have a place for us to put the podcast, let us know. We're on every fucking social media now, I feel like. So just search Shattercast, Cast Uncut, and we should pop up somewhere. And I guess that's it. Oscar, take us out of here.
Well, as always, you can follow us on Twitter and Tumblr, Instagram, all that stuff we noticed earlier, xnxx.com and porntube.com for the latest porn submissions by Deluxe and his wife. As always, remember, we love you and you love us, and be good to yourselves and each other.
You've been shattered.
All right. Right on, Mark. Good stuff.